Cookie, 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 cookie.
Are you still hungry?
No, I like birds.
What?
You
He's
start
doing the
show.
beatboxing parakeet.
No one said anything. I went to my default cookie song.
Your default is singing about cookies. I understand, Eric. Hey guys, welcome back to the Blind Wave podcast, where today we'll be talking about various things, and one of which will also be including the reveal of the poll winner.
Yep.
And the hint hunt.
There was a poll?
There.
Damn, I missed it.
Oh wait, wasn't that your hint hunt?
Oh, that's what that was for.
I'm sure you were like, no, I didn't do a hint hunt. Where did it come from?
AI's taking over.
Oh man, maybe.
Uh,
I welcome our
would be
AI
wild.
overlords. It cannot be worse than what we have now.
They cannot be
don't
worse
know
at
about
getting
that,
me to
Eric.
my destination than I
I've
am.
seen Terminator, Eric. I think you're wrong.
That's
like
not
right
the
now, the
only way
politicians
that's gonna
need us
happen.
to be stupid and work.
In that future, they don't even need us. So,
Is my mic better? Hopefully it's better.
I don't know. Maybe, I haven't seen Terminator Dark Fate. Maybe they all get along in that movie and everything's happy and AI and
True.
humans working together. Right, Eric?
I can't speak.
You were nodding.
don't
Cannot-
speak.
Cannot speak.
Oh. But yeah, we're gonna be going over that. I had a video that I wanted to show with you guys that I saw yesterday that I was like, you know what? I want to see what the guys think about this.
Okay.
And then there was something else I think that we were checking out. I think. Okay. Yes, there is.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. So.
Trying to remember what the last video Aaron wanted to show me was, and I feel like it wasn't something I wanted to see.
I know what the last one was I wanted to show Eric. Calvin and I both visited this during I think
Yeah.
it was Always Sunny.
It was always sunny.
And yeah.
Yeah. I did not expect it.
Yeah. It was
What was the first thing I said?
uh,
I was like, man, that sounded like someone opening a window on an airplane.
Yeah.
yeah. So that was just this past week, I think. So
Yeah, it
that will
was.
be in a reaction soon.
That will be
probably.
It's Always
And there's a
Sunny.
reaction of that video in there too.
There is? Yeah. Yep.
Which it's yeah, that was an interesting one. Hydrate time.
Hydrate.
Does
You
coffee
can
count?
ask questions. There's in the lower left, there's a little bubble
Turn
where
myself
you
down.
can put questions in, which we can get to later. Also, try to get to bits and donations, subscriptions, super chats towards the end as well. See something relevant, we may bring that in sooner though.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We've had a couple weeks since our last kind of general podcast. Like, how's everyone been doing, and is there anything new that people wish to share about anything that's been going on?
I've been playing Jedi Survivor on stream. I took a little bit of a break after playing Zelda, and I've just been having a fantastic 3-hour Star Wars gush love session twice a week on Wave Squadron, and I've been loving it. And it's a really fun game. It's a lot bigger in scope compared to the first one, which I did not expect. So I do have this element of wanting to play it all the time. You play a new Zelda game, you want to play it all the time because there's something to do around every corner.
Yeah.
That's the case here too, but I have to wait.
Yep.
So, I've been having a lot of fun, Aaron, and I especially love chat telling me what I did right that you sucked at.
There is nothing in that category. Nothing.
No, there's so many things I suck at. It's like, Aaron did this quickly.
No, I'm sure there's things that our playthrough is going to be slightly different, and also the time frames of when we get to certain segments, we may have more level or abilities at our fingertips than the other one did at the time or something too.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun. Maybe when you're done, we can highlight the two playthroughs and have some fun comparisons between the two of my struggle or your struggle.
Sure.
But then the other person's like, ha ha ha, and they just get through and yeah, this is great.
I've definitely run into some things, and this is kind of closer to Calvin in his refusal to use lock-on.
Yes.
There are some things I recognize I have these abilities, I just don't want to use them. I don't want to slow things down, have everybody move super slow, and I run over and kill them real quick. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I'm
So
gonna
you don't
beat
like the
ya,
flash.
I want you to go full force as fast as you can at me, and then when I beat you, then you're down.
Yeah, no,
Then
I
you're
did.
Like, oh well, you use slow.
I did the same thing in Ghost of Tsushima. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna sneak up on this person or use this sleeping dart. I am gonna cut this motherfucker's head off. Well, he knows I'm gonna do it.
Yes. Just look into Jin's eyes as he
I
kills you.
feel like yours are different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Eric's perspective on that, I feel like is someone who either A, hasn't used that power hardly at all,
I have.
or B, needs to use a harder difficulty.
Who?
Or needs a
Me?
harder difficulty, yeah.
No.
Because it should be about using the Force and
I'm
everything at
using
your
normal.
fingertips and be as strong as Cal can be. And
Are you saying that I'm above normal as a gamer?
Are you saying that Anakin should have used the Force to grab the apple? Like that's an acceptable thing? You're just like willy-nilly using this?
the pair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he should have.
Oh.
If I had the Force,
That's what led to his downfall.
if I had the
he was
Force and
showing
I
off.
was like trying to seduce
be
a senator
fair-
like Padme, yeah, use that.
You know,
To be fair, we don't know that it was a pear. It's just pear-shaped on Earth. It could be called an apple.
It could be.
A per apple.
Oh shit.
A palm.
You know what? That's never bugged me. What bugs me is Natalie Portman having to act like she's taking a bite of nothing. And she goes,
They tried.
that's bugged me.
Sure. No, I get you.
Yeah.
But no, like the other thing too with that ability is that like it's not like you can use it all the time. It's a thing where it's like you build it up and you use it like I need just a little bit more time to
Yeah.
get out of the way or to hit them a few more times and
Aaron, do you remember when we were playing that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, like Shredder's Revenge or whatever, and we just spammed specials all the time?
yeah, as much as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, but we had so many of us on the screen too. But also those bosses, like that was like those class and beat 'em ups, right? Where you pour quarters into it in the arcade,
Yeah.
trying to beat the game. So you're spamming that. Please just do enough damage to this boss because there's so much health. So I feel like, yeah, if you can do that, do that.
This is why he plays Smash Brothers the way he does.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
Hey,
Like they
dude.
gave me A button, B button, some directions, and I use all of them that I can.
I ran into a force challenge, like one of those free running challenges they have in that game.
Sure.
The one that I did last night, it was terrible.
Mm.
It sucked. It was like getting over it, or whatever the version that we played on Fortnite. It
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like that. Like every
So-
step I achieved, I
Oh.
would just fall over and over and over.
It's like a
and over again.
platforming kind of thing.
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
like Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time without the
always
time
up?
rewind?
Kind of, yes.
Mhm.
Only up.
Only up.
Only up.
Yeah.
Only up, yeah. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I still had that huge moment of just sheer euphoria when I actually did beat it, which is, you know, I understand.
It's what
that's
you
the
play
point.
for.
But while it was happening, I had to keep reminding myself, like, Cal's a Jedi. He would be patient. But I would just, you know? It's rage. But, yeah, I love that game. And I want to congratulate all of the people that worked on the soundtrack because they won an Emmy
Ooh, very
Yeah.
nice.
or a Grammy.
Grammy, I think it was.
They won a Grammy.
It was a Grammy.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
I remember playing through that and getting to those different force echoey kind of like challenges and stuff. And I
Yep.
think I'm trying to remember because it's been a while, but like I think like every time I came to one, like I would do this here
Yeah.
right now if I could. Like sometimes it's like, oh, I don't have this ability, so I can't do anything. But if I could, I would do it right then, and so that I didn't have to come back to it later,
I
and I would
understand.
just get things done. But sometimes that also made it more challenging, I think, because it's like, well, you could come back when you get more things unlocked or more
yeah.
abilities or whatever, but
I get you.
more force.
I try to do that, but there was one time during this playthrough where I'm like, I have to just come back.
I have seen 2 of those times, Eric.
Uh,
One was not inside a Force Echo, though.
Yeah, no, I get you. There was one like at the very start of my last stream, and I was like, I don't want to start like this. I wasn't even like ready, you know. There was like 3 enemies, like really tough enemies. I
Yeah.
killed one.
There was that one, and there was another one where, like,
Yeah.
you fall into a thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Yep.
Do
I
this.
I spent there about an hour or so, but I was like, you know what? I'll come back when I'm ready. Or I should say, when Cal's ready. I have it in my head that when Cal goes through something so significant that he must return here, I will return there.
what if that time never comes?
I know it will, and I'll know that I'll know when it happens.
Okay.
I believe it. I trust only in the Force.
I'm curious to see how some of your thoughts on things change as you play more or get more abilities or anything, too, of, like, what
Yeah.
you like to use or don't like to use or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it plays out.
I don't use many mind tricks, and I don't use slow very much. That's not how I play.
It's a shame.
But I role play.
You role play.
I role play as Cal.
You tell me Cal would never use a Jedi mind trick
Not my cow.
or never use your cow or cow.
No, my cow.
You can't speak to his cow.
Can't speak to my cow.
That's why he's role playing Cal.
But I played the canon cow.
He's
Yeah.
role playing
What
Eric
does
Cal.
Canon Cow wear?
Huh?
What
do you
does
wear?
he wear?
Yes,
What would... What,
he finds.
Poncho.
Poncho.
No, he doesn't wear ponchos.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
Tell that to
has
the actor who came out in a poncho and said nothing but poncho.
So your
At Star Wars Celebration for 5 minutes.
so your cow wears a poncho.
Yeah.
Does he?
Once he can get it.
Oh, so he doesn't wear a poncho.
Well, he can't yet. It's an arc, and you have to understand. You have to
Oh.
start somewhere, and then you have to.
Didn't he
get there.
used to wear ponchos though?
Yeah.
But now he doesn't.
He can't.
He can't.
Yeah.
It's not that he doesn't. He just can't.
He hasn't earned it.
He physically can't, or
You
he
don't just
burned all of
Get
his.
ponchos, Aaron.
He had ponchos
just
though.
find
I'm
a
not saying
poncho.
get. He had.
You have to earn
How
it.
many ponchos did you have in the first game?
One, and you got it. You earned it from
What? You
being
had
a
so many
Scrapple
more
on
than one.
Baraka.
There were so many in the first game. Not one. Oh man. Anyway, I'm glad you're enjoying the game.
Yeah. very much
Um,
so.
I've been trying to. I was doing this before, and I've been revisiting it, but I'm working in on Mario Maker 2 levels for a like Legend of Zelda Super World.
Yes.
I started it like I feel like last year, and then I stopped, and now I'm working on it again, and I'm just like trying to like make levels and like have like a kind of story play across where like I make like little temples and you got to beat the bad guys, and I'm just trying to figure out ideas and stuff for it. But I might start trying to like upload some of them so I can get feedback on the levels from like people that play Mario Maker and whatnot, and then I can update and change it because I mainly was making it for the kids. So that my kids like, here guys, play my Super World, and they can play through it and have fun with it. But that's been fun, and
Yeah.
also, I don't know. I've been watching lots of things and trying to like see what things I don't know to see what else I can do that I haven't done yet.
Sure.
And there's just so much you can do in Mario Maker.
Yeah, it's a fantastic piece of software. Absolutely. I would have, I might have not done anything else in my childhood if I had that as a kid.
Agreed.
What about Rick and Calvin? What about you guys?
I lost my koala head.
Koala head.
Oh, that was your thing.
Yeah, I was just like, I lost my koala head. It's gone forever. But I guess on what you said too before you get into yours, Rick, I agree. Like, it's fun because I always wanted to do game design and everything before, and this is like me trying to do the level game design aspect while it's like, well, it's all programmed. I just gotta like put it in there,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
It's all the fun stuff after building the engine.
yeah,
and,
but it also
and
takes
all the assets.
a
and
lot of
everything.
work of like, where do I want this with the space I have and what items I have? What do I want this to play like? And
Yeah.
that's the tricky part.
But yeah, for as far as how I'm going, you can tell that pretty much in real time over at Roll with the Punches because I'm doing a video diary over there.
Gotcha. How often do you have those come up, Rick?
I don't know, like
Is it like once a week or
twice a week?
twice
maybe?
a week?
It's like every 3 days or so far. It's, when something significant happens, I put it on video.
I especially enjoyed the calling the bluff one.
Mm.
That one was, I think anybody can watch that one and be like, huh, and get something from it. I really like that one.
No, it's about like how I'm doing, the lessons I'm learning as I go along,
Mhm.
and I think those things can help people. So it's been important to do, and I will continue to do it for the foreseeable future. The most recent one I put up, I'm fairly happy with. I've been trying to experiment with like the format of it,
Mm-hmm.
like adding things here and there. So this most recent one has like it like cuts to other things as well. So and experimenting for some other videos, like the format of it for other videos I want to do in that as well. Should be exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, I've been in a few reactions here and there, some of which are out and some of which are not. Let's see. What else has been going on? I've been working, after a long hiatus, I started working on my super special hint hunt again. But that's been kind of in the forefront of my mind.
Ooh.
I would like to.
That's the one we're not allowed to know anything about, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Mm.
I didn't know you were working on it again.
Well, he wasn't really supposed to tell us.
Oh.
But that's been a good time, and hopefully that can actually be released someday. But dear God, there's so much left to do.
Yeah.
There's a poll in August, Rick.
There is.
That might be too soon.
I'm hoping for April. I'm hoping for
Ooh.
April.
That'd be good.
We got a lot of polls coming up.
You do.
Lots.
The August one will be just after Wavecon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's been more information about that. I don't know if we've gotten to talk about much about Wavecon or not, but we've put out some more information on that. There's going to be tickets that will be available on the website, which we don't have a precise date of when those are available yet, but we're hoping to have it up and set up soon. But prices were announced where the tickets for Wavecon will be $100, and then there's also going to be dorm options because it's actually going to be at our local college where we're hosting everything.
Yep.
And they have offered their dorms to be able to be used. And there's a different price for that. I believe the price for dorms for the stay during the time of Wavecon is, I want to say $250. So it was labeled $350 for the total between getting the event and having your stay taken care of and stuff too. But it is a dorm stay. So dorms as opposed to like a hotel room are fairly different. If you've never stayed in a dorm, there's, it's usually like you bring the things you need for dorm stay and whatnot, but there will be some things provided and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's the.
But if you don't want to go that route, there are still hotels in the area.
Yes,
Yep, there is that
absolutely.
as well. So, but there's going to be options where people can pick and choose if they want to have roommates in their dorms and who you want to room with. There's also going to be the Valley Gym boat ride as well during Wavecon. That is a separate ticket price because it has a different. We also have a different amount of people that we're able to have on that boat, so we have to make sure that we have a cutoff point.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
If we get enough people, can we get 2 boats and have like a pirate battle between the boats?
Well, like cannons and stuff shooting back and forth.
Yeah.
We can see which one.
T-shirt
gets
cannons.
Get
Or,
closer.
a fire hose.
We can see which one gets closer to the dam. Before going over.
But with the dorm stuff, that I think has 1 to 6 people per room. I believe there's singles and up to, I think, 6 people in a room is possible. And they all cover, what is it? Twin beds, I think is the,
Believe that's the case.
like the singles types of size, not like a 2-person bed.
But yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, whenever
It's not like a full or a queen.
Yeah, I always,
I think it's either a twin or like a
yeah, it always,
single. Or,
I think it's a
or
twin
something.
XL.
Twin
It
XL, yeah,
always
that
felt
sounds right.
wrong to me to call it a full. I felt like a full should be like, this is a full bed for a person.
Yep.
Here's a twin for 2 people, But
Yeah.
it's like
And
reversed.
it's smaller.
I don't know why they're set that way.
It's dumb.
I mean, whenever like our crew used to go to conventions or whatever, we were basically dorming it up because we would have 7 to 11 people in those hotel rooms,
Yeah, sure.
and it's a good time if you have Smash Brothers. I have to say.
Yeah.
The dorms are twin XLs.
Twin XLs.
But yeah, so there's that, and there's more information to come. The dates are August 2nd to August 4th. So if you have thoughts and interest in wanting to join, you kind of have an idea with that. You can look into how you want to arrive here in Marietta. It's not always the easiest because we don't have like a direct airport here per se. Columbus is about 2 hours away, and there is options of trying to come in through Parkersburg's airport, but it kind of only goes to a few places, so it's kind of more of a specific planning route that you got to do with that one. But yeah,
It's doable.
it is doable. There are some people that did that last time, and I think that are planning on doing it this time as well. But
Yeah.
It's worth the work.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fun that happened last time, and with this one kind of having the dorm aspect and everything, I think there's going to be some fun things where like you can have roommates and everything's kind of gives you open access to be able to come in and out. There's campus security and stuff still around as well and whatnot. So I'm hoping to have a fun time with it, and we're working on a lot more plans and more information to come out slowly over time before August and whatnot. I've been saying whatnot, I think, a couple times now.
That's one of your pausing phrases that you use.
Well, I don't like, and
You just used it twice in one sentence.
I don't like,
Like.
I like other words and whatnot.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, in that last section, I was like, I said whatnot like twice in like a sentence.
We finally found the word you can't say.
Which word's that?
Superfluous.
Superfluous.
Which I can't say it super well either.
I think it's a word I never use, so I just need to use it. Superfluous.
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 Sorry.
Superfluous.
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 Superfluous. Superfluous.
Superfluous.
Okay.
You're-
See,
you're-
it's just a hard
no,
word to say.
because you're saying it
No,
wrong
bitch.
over top of me.
No, okay, go
I
ahead.
need
No, bitch.
superfluous.
Superfluous. See,
What,
I said it
mean?
superfluously.
What does that mean?
Superfluous?
Yeah.
I think I said it right.
No.
Superfluous.
He finally has
There
one.
you go.
All right. What's the definition of superfluous?
What was the thing that you said all the time, Aaron?
What
Just
not?
now? What not?
Superfluous, unnecessary, especially through being more than enough, which is the definition of Aaron.
Being more than enough? Is that what you said? Is that what you said? Aha, I'm more than enough? Wait, is that good or bad?
You're extra, I think is what he's trying to say.
Oh, man.
Don't be so extra, Aaron,
Okay.
and whatnot.
Don't be so extra and whatnot. Hey, whatnot's a good one. I like whatnot. It's more unique than like. I know a lot of likes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like.
Superfluous. It looks exactly.
It does. It looks like superfluous.
Superfluous.
Which I know it's like, it doesn't pronounce that way.
I
And
know.
I think that's what trips me up.
I think it's better.
Because you don't say super, right?
'Cause then you can be
Super.
fluous.
Super.
But then
Yeah.
whenever it's too
It's
much,
like supper.
you're superfluous.
Super. It's not superfluous. 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 No, they said
Super.
so.
That's with two O's, so
Sue.
it's Sue.
Hey,
Like
if someone put
goo.
S-O-O-O-O, you go so.
Two.
That's what you do.
Goo.
What if there's a dash and then an N on the end? You go Sue.
So-
How do you spell boo, Aaron?
How do you spell boo? B-U. Like Majin Buu.
That's B-U-U.
Okay, add another U then.
That's funny.
But yeah, I just want to make sure we had some information talking about Wavecon a little bit in case anyone missed that or didn't have any of the information for some reason. I think it's been on Twitter and I think on our community post maybe as well.
Yep.
And I think also on Instagram. So I think our main socials have also had that all posted.
It's the rumbling.
Yeah, rumbling. I hear rumbling. I just never know if that's actually something I'm hearing or trying to trick me.
Or
Or
your
whether it's
good
the
eardrum
big one.
bursting.
Yeah.
It's the
Sometimes
big
I look
one.
like that, people start laughing, we don't have it.
I don't know what he was gonna say.
Someone in chat, I do sometimes call it Wednesday because of how it's spelled.
Sure, I say it that way when I'm spelling it.
Wednesday.
Yeah, and I also say Island when I'm spelling island.
Island.
Yeah.
I say Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that.
When I'm spelling it, I
Island,
go
Island.
Red Nintendo Entertainment System Day. That's how I do it.
Wait, what?
Whenever I spell Wednesday, because I used to always spell it incorrectly when I was a kid, so my trick was always WED, Nintendo Entertainment System Day,
Wed NES Day.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wed NES.
You guys got tricks like that? When you're too dumb and you have to trick yourself to do stuff right?
BEA beautiful.
B-E-A-U. I do that, yeah. Holy crap.
Oh, someone typed. Oh, Blind typed it in there. What else is there?
February.
I've said February before. I'm trying to think of other things that are weird words where I'm like, oh, say it this way, and you remember how to spell it. But I don't know what they were.
All right.
Flame Emperor says Mississippi. You always have to say it like Mississippi.
Yeah, I do that too.
I don't
What
know.
about Albuquerque?
I get what you mean. I don't know if I could spell Mississippi slow, right? I always
Yeah.
got to have that rhythm to it. Like M-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I've never really had to spell Albuquerque.
ALBUQUERQUE.
You have a rhythm for that too?
Yeah, I do. I
don't-
just get tongue tied sometimes.
I don't think I ever had to spell it enough that I needed a rhythm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Mississippi, for whatever reason, like, you know, you had to learn your states.
Sure.
Albuquerque seemed, I guess, less important.
Yeah. I mean, it is less important than an entire state.
I suppose.
It's quite a bit smaller.
Yeah,
but-
sure.
Or the biggest river in the country.
Yeah. Yeah. Calvin, I don't know if you had anything we didn't really get to cover. I kind of jumped into
Oh,
Wavecon stuff before you got to say if you've had anything interesting you wanted to mention or anything.
Carmen actually asked to watch The Office with me. She had seen like 1 or 2 episodes of the first season, and at the time she watched it, she couldn't keep going. It was too much, as it is for some people. But
How are you watching it?
With his eyes.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Weird.
I only say because I know Peacock has the like super fan edition or whatever.
What's a super fan edition?
So there's like the broadcast Office episodes, which I think are good. And then when I got the DVDs, they were like supersized. I was like, holy crap, there's scenes in here I've never seen.
Really?
And then randomly, I was watching something and there was a whole scene. I was an Office super fan. There was a whole scene I hadn't seen in something. I was like, what's this from?
Huh.
And apparently Peacock is releasing super fan editions.
Is
that have
it-
even more stuff?
So is it like there was like deleted scenes that they just kind of didn't use
Yeah.
because they had a short? They probably had like we got to fit it
Oh,
into
they
this
have a
amount of time, right?
hard-
Yeah.
yeah.
We can only show
NBC
so much.
broadcast standards,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
So here's like, well, we can put in and make it as long as we want on streaming. That's cool. I didn't know that. That'd be like a, I don't know how different of a watch through, you know?
Yeah. We'll have to
Snyder
watch that
Cut.
afterwards. We're,
Yeah.
we're just doing it on Amazon.
Amazon.
Really?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Have you guys all seen The Office?
No.
I think
No.
Rick's the only one that hasn't
4
seen it.
episodes.
Oh.
It was too much.
Yeah,
Oh,
he didn't
Rick.
get out of season 1. That's the
um,
type of show where it's like his
I-
standard doesn't work as well.
I hated Michael.
I
You're supposed to.
did hate Michael.
He's supposed to be hated.
I
Can
hate
you
it.
guys love people you hate?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
All
mean-
the Seinfeld characters.
Love people I hate.
Yeah.
Who do I love that I hate? Like Jafar?
Like Frank Reynolds.
Frank Reynolds.
Like, do you love Frank Reynolds or do
No.
you hate him more?
I don't.
You talking about like a Jesus love where you love everyone?
No. Like sometimes I can like I love Palpatine.
I love Einan.
Yeah, I love Einan.
I love Einan.
But there
Yeah.
are people that will watch that will be like, I hate Einan. Why do you love him?
Einan?
Yeah. The
Dragon-
peasants are revolting.
We haven't watched it.
David
Enough.
Lewis.
Okay.
Lupin, man.
yeah.
Speaking of The Office, there was a Super Bowl short that has a very good Office reference to it if we want to
Oh,
watch
yeah?
that
Oh, I'll
at
check
some
that
point
out.
today.
Oh, yeah.
Is it spoilers for me?
Did you ever see the Breaking Bad Office crossover they did for?
Yeah.
If
It would be spoilers for you, Rick, but by the time you see it, it would
You
be
won't.
very. You won't remember.
I remember
probably.
everything.
Okay.
I'm the one.
I don't know if Calvin had anything else left after the Office thing with
Oh.
Carmen or not.
Basically, she asked to watch it
Yep.
Friday night, and now we're on season 3.
Yep.
Almost on season 4.
Ooh.
So,
Those are some of the best parts of The Office. Those seasons.
yeah,
The first like 5 to 6. Gold.
really good ones. And I think I've only seen into season 7.
Season 7.
I haven't seen 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah.
It's.
I
don't
thought
know.
I had seen further, but looking back, I haven't.
Yeah. It's a fun show. I mean, like a lot of sitcoms, it suffers from like certain character traits become more and more and more and more
Ridiculous.
their character and ridiculous. So what do they call that? Like flanderization of a character.
Yes.
Yeah.
That certainly happens to certain characters, but
Sure.
not in an unpleasant way.
All right. We can check out, I guess, this. What is it? It's a.
Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah. I still hear music though.
Wait, we can't say that. The big game commercial.
What-
Actually, I don't think we can say that either.
Okay. Music
Damn it.
stopped, I think.
Wait. What can we say?
Check, check, check.
Anything?
Um,
This is for Sunday.
Sunday.
Nope, they took that day too.
They took Sunday.
Oh, fuck.
All right, I actually already hear something.
Superfluous Bowl. Can we say that? Superfluous.
I have the stream playing somewhere. Where is it?
I don't
Okay,
hear anything
I
now.
found it. I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, star of the upcoming film If. And if
It's
you've
so
ever-
quiet.
And I'm John Krasinski, the star of the upcoming film If. Wait, hold on, what are you doing? I'm talking about our
Oh,
movie.
that's good.
You're not John Krasinski. You're
Nice.
Randall Park. John Krasinski is much shorter and less Asian than you are.
Much
Ryan, I know it's been a while since we shot, but we spent like 4 months together, like 10-hour days. 10 hours? The real John Krasinski knows that I only work 4 hours a day. Did you just break the fourth wall? I was trying to
What was
protect
that?
you, Ryan. Who are you married to? Emily Blunt.
Well, you just look that up on Wikipedia. Where were you born?
Boston.
Wikipedia.
Did you not see the behind-the-scenes video? Okay, you know what? The sneak peek can wait until Sunday, so Ryan and everyone, please enjoy our behind-the-scenes video of me, John Krasinski, and Ryan Reynolds.
You're not John Krasinski.
An if.
What?
Okay, I've heard of
I had
it.
the idea for this movie about 7 years ago, and I wanted to do a movie about imaginary friends called It.
Imaginary friend. Got it.
This is a movie that John and I have been talking about for
Dude,
years
they
now.
click so
Something
hard with
that
it.
feels a bit like a live-action Pixar film.
Wow. That's
The
great.
movie is about a little girl named Bee going through an experience in her life that's troubling. And as a coping mechanism, she starts to see every single person's imaginary friend.
Oh. Hi. That's kind of cool.
It's about that
Little
friend
nice little
that's
girlfriend.
there for them unconditionally and always.
Get it? Imaginary friend.
That's enough.
Sorry.
Walking Dead.
Sorry. It's just so exciting. It's too good. Okay, we're done.
That's funny. I like that.
That's cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going
Yeah,
to
that's really
introduce
cool. I like that Ryan Reynolds, whenever he's marketing something, just likes to have fun with it.
Sure. It's like
not
the.
always, it doesn't feel like it's always coming from like a giant marketing department going over a trailer edit, you know.
Sure. Well, what was that one ad he did where it was like for a phone service, but he just wanted Rick Moranis in it? Like, I think it was you maybe that showed me that, but it was just like,
Yeah.
Rick Moranis just comes like, so what do you want to do? You want me to talk about this phone? He's like, no, I just wanted you here because I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan of yours. It's like, oh, well, this is weird. Like,
This is weird.
that's all it was, and
And good-
I loved it.
Good for Randall Park for being a good sport, because I know for a lot of years he was kind of a little tired of the Asian Jim stuff.
Sure.
Because it got so big, and that's what he was known for. But then he got on,
He's been in other stuff too.
yeah, he got an Ant-Man and WandaVision.
Yeah.
I know that he got a lot of not a big break, but he got a more recognition from that.
Yeah.
No, that was really cool.
Eric, that girl also, not just Walking Dead, she is young Rey in The Force Awakens.
Okay, she's a little ass kicker. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I was like, I know this. Okay,
And he also had Fresh Off the Boat, which I've heard is very good.
fresh off the boat. Okay, I haven't seen it.
Um,
And yeah, he was Kim Jong Un in the interview.
dude, I
Yeah.
don't think I knew him. Like,
Really?
I don't think I'd seen
He was
like
great in it.
anything else that was in when I watched that. I may like that even more having known the actor now too.
Oh, you probably would, yeah.
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 Because to me, he's a guy playing Kim Jong Un. No one that I knew. But I get what you mean with sometimes like you talk about like, oh, it's that guy. Now I can enjoy him more. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I get you there a little bit too with that too. But sometimes it's nice to
That's why it's so
Just
awesome to go back and like,
release the meta of it and just
Yeah.
watch, you know. And
that's why I like to go back and watch like I'm gonna go back and watch Law and Order, and then all the guest stars are people that you know now.
Yeah.
But back then they just needed a check.
sure, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so they would do whatever. You're like, oh my gosh.
I didn't get excited for Sam Witwer when he first shows up on like NCIS, and then
course,
once I
yeah.
know who Sam Witwer is, then I'm like, oh, Sam Witwer's here. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
So no, I get that. There was another. I don't know if that was the one that Jake had before of that one there. Because The Office. There was another one that I wanted us to check out. I saw this one yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting. But like,
Yeah.
it's what's been interesting lately, and I guess I can bring this up. But like that one there, I'll talk about it after. Let's watch
Okay,
this one,
let's
and
watch it.
then I'll talk about like what I thought was interesting more so with it. But this one is it's a State Farm commercial,
Okay.
and I thought it was just an interesting one.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
like a good neighbor.
Oh.
State Farm is there.
Cut.
NEIGHBAH.
Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing NEIGHBAH. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor!
Cut.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper.
The paper.
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it. Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr. Bah. Burr. Bah. Burr. Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. Burr. Bah.
Burr.
Bah. Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Yeah, don't fix that.
Yeah, don't fix that one.
A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. Got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Oh. So we have that to look forward to.
So I really enjoy the I enjoy the joke of what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
But similar to what we just watched with the If thing, in this one, like now you're almost getting like ads for ads that are coming in the Super Bowl, which I feel like when I was younger wasn't the thing we saw.
Yeah.
Well, we did see
get
like
ads for trailers and stuff now too. You know.
Well, for the Super Bowl, we did see like the same like motifs on the same ads year after year, right? Like characters that were created in an ad that only appeared in Super Bowl commercials.
I always remember the evolution through Super Bowl commercials of the Budweiser frogs and the
frogs.
lizard that was like coming in, and then like one of the frogs died, and then now the lizard's like one of them too, because like they'd always go like Budweiser, and then like the lizard came in, he'd be like Wise. It's like you're messing it up, and it had an evolution for whatever reason. But now like I don't remember those being like here is a pre-ad or a trailer to advertise the advertisement during the Super Bowl. And I'm like, it's an interesting time that we're in, that's what we get. But I love the joke of like Arnold and NEIGHBAH and Choppa and NEIGHBAH. Like, it was funny to me.
That time it was the sheep.
Yeah, that was their fault.
No, it's strange now because the only commercials that I really ever get are like podcast commercials that I can't like reach to skip through. You know, it's like the only time I'll ever get them.
I used to get them at gas stations when I had to fill up.
Oh,
yeah. I still get them occasionally.
But that was like the only time, I ever really got them.
But there is one more that this one Jake had brought up. That whenever I said about doing that State Farm one, he was like, "Though there's one more that may be tied to the Sunday ads and everything too." Okay. So this might be the last one of these that we watch.
Okay.
But I don't know what this one's about, but we can check it out too.
Alrighty.
On Paramount Mountain, the stakes get higher.
Oh, it's Hey Arnold. That's Drew Barrymore.
I can't get that thing up there. If it were a football, I'd be able to reach the top.
What about a football-shaped head? We
Dude, when's
throw
the
the
last time you
child.
see
Gutsy call, sir.
Smart thinking.
No, that's dumb thinking. He's not throwing Arnold.
Reno 911.
Throw him.
Throw him.
Hey, do you want an immunity idol?
It's a Spartan.
You can't throw a child at a wall.
Paramore, shut your face! Unless you prefer to freeze to death.
I'm not gonna throw a kid.
Not built for the moment, I see. Fine. I'll throw him.
Throw the child is his play.
And Creed's here.
What was that?
Watch and learn.
Dang, he's cool.
Creed! What is going on?
Quarter. And we need a hole-in-one before the 7th inning stretch. Be brave. Hike!
Oh my gosh.
Go Arnold!
Oh my god.
I just threw him higher to a place where we won't think.
What is?
He just threw me high.
Oh!
I'm good.
Should have grabbed on. You were so close.
How are we gonna get up there?
Now, if there were only someone made of pigskin.
Bingo.
I did see Peppa Pig.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh. What was that advertising anyway?
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus in general.
Paramount Plus as a service.
Just all the things Paramount Plus has, I guess.
Oh gosh.
What was the throw the kid. Throw the child. What was
That was his play.
Yeah.
Trying to get up to Paramount Mountain.
That's his play.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's,
he could throw a football, but they don't have a football. They have a football head.
Yeah,
they
you
would
just
hide
throw the
their
child.
play numbers under that thing, so the other team. But that's the reference, and that's his only play is to throw the child.
all we can do.
All
And then
right.
Creed was just on the like they're not on Paramount, are
Yeah.
they? That's just awesome.
Well, yeah, why
Yeah,
Creed
I was
show up?
wondering, like,
Just because the higher thing, I guess,
what does
right?
Creed have to do with Paramount Plus?
But it made it 10 times better.
Wait.
I love when Patrick Stewart's like, shut up, Barrymore!
Shut up, Barrymore!
Did Creed do the halftime show?
No.
That's a
No
shame.
way.
I don't know who's doing the halftime show this year.
They haven't even done the Super Bowl yet. Like, we're just getting the commercials early, which I thought was the point of the Super Bowl. No, I'm kidding. Who is doing the halftime show?
Usher.
Usher is halftime
Usher
show
is?
this year.
Huh, I haven't heard
Usher.
about Usher in a while.
I'm actually a huge fan of Super Bowl halftime productions.
They're
Like,
crazy.
even the people that I don't really enjoy, I still love the production.
Could it be Usher and Creed?
I mean, maybe. I mean,
Usher
they always
featuring
have special
Creed.
guests.
Next music video you guys react to that's might need to be an Usher one.
I
There's a new one.
I love the Dr. Dre halftime one. I love Katy Perry's had a great one, but Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and Coldplay, theirs was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ultra also asked about another trailer. It's older, but
Okay.
I think it's up your guys' alley.
I also really enjoyed J-Lo and Shakira.
That one was fun.
That was a fun one, too.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
like,
that one was cool.
Mountain is
like, there was just a lot of value to it, I think. Like, production value.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Headphones on again.
Okay.
Whoa. What's this one?
Shakira. Sorry.
Mountain is transforming TV advertising by focusing on performance. And we've got an amazing team of people to do it, like Seymour Roas. Tell people what you do here at Mountain.
Hey.
Well, I'm in charge of performance. We believe TV should be bought, targeted, and measured like search or social, the other performance channels.
That sounds fast.
Yeah, way faster than traditional TV buying, and it comes with real-time reporting.
Would you say that people could see results in a flash?
Yeah, I guess. Why are you staring at me?
I thought this would be more fun. That hurts.
You'll always be my Hal.
That's
Kraft mac and cheese.
That's funny. Okay.
For all the grief we give the Flash show, none of it can be laid at the feet of Grant Gustin, probably one of the best superhero actors to ever do it.
I always did a really good job.
Yeah.
That commercial also goes really well with what we talked about with Ryan Reynolds,
it
where
does.
like a lot of his ads just kind of have this uniqueness to them. That
Yeah.
Do you remember the one where I don't remember what it was for exactly, but it was the Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, where they were supposed to make an ad for each other.
Yep.
And
yeah.
like one targeted like their like
It was like their
alcohol
yeah,
that they
yeah.
were making and stuff like that too, and the other one was doing something else. And one's was like very endearing and like, this is great. Look at all the amazing stuff he's done and all this. This is, and the other one was like, this guy sucks. And it was just so funny, but it was also unique and it had that I don't know, it had that I don't know, charm to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they're friends, and they just poke fun at each other and get along really well.
Yeah. You say it'd be there in a flash. Why
I
you,
thought this would be more fun.
why are you staring at me?
Oh man.
But yeah,
Man, I bet you he's happy to have the freedom to grow out his hair and his beard, because he could do that in the off season, but only up to a certain point. Contractually, he had to look a certain way, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
For a long time. I mean, Michael Rosenbaum, that was a big deal for him. He did what, 8 seasons of Smallville as a regular, and he in his contract had to shave his head.
Yeah.
For 8 years. Yeah.
Do you remember what Hawk and Animal's hair looked like? The wrestlers? For
No.
30 years?
Mm-mm.
No.
So, one of them had a mohawk, and the other had a reverse mohawk, and their mohawks fit together. And they had that haircut
That's awesome.
forever.
Did you say their hair fit together?
It did?
They had a mohawk and a reverse mohawk.
Yep.
So just the stripe
So
and
like
everything but the stripe.
The taco type of look.
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors.
Hawk and Animal.
I remember exactly who you're talking about right now. I didn't hear you say Road Warriors, but yeah. Dude, they should have a super move where they like
I
connect
just
together.
imagine, having to go through the airport.
You could wear a hat, but I get you.
I feel like they had to decide early on which was going to have more problems with male pattern baldness.
Hawk
And
had
he
the
gets
reverse.
he gets the reverse mohawk.
That's a look, yeah. I mean, it's weird because like the one guy's like he's shaved here and on the very top, but the other guy is shaved on the sides, but he leaves by the ears.
Yeah.
It's not like he shaves all that and leaves the top.
Like looking at them, I can just be like, man, they must be a great tag team.
They one of the best.
Man, look at all those spikes too.
One
Those
of the
do
best.
not look plastic at all.
The spikes.
Yeah, that's like 10 pounds of hardware.
But yeah, Mad Max had great effect on the wrestling universe when that movie came out.
Oh yeah, I bet.
What had a bigger effect, that or the Crow?
I love the Crow.
On Sting.
The Crow.
Remember Sting?
Well, yeah.
Was like, I'm gonna be the Crow now.
Well, no, that was Scott Hall's idea actually.
Was it Scott Hall's idea?
Yeah, he said that Sting should change it up and
Yo, man.
go with the Crow.
You know, Scott Hall once visited the pit stop on Exit 7.
I've heard you tell that before.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was a big deal. We went down after it all went down.
nice.
Watched the video.
Oh,
The security video. It's Scott Hall.
Yeah, because like no one's getting that on their phone back then.
no. Yeah.
You got to rewind the VHS player.
Yep.
I'm assuming Jake has one more thing he wants us to check out here.
Oh, I've seen this.
I have not, and I'm excited.
I have not.
Okay, let's do this one too. But we also gotta make sure we announce something. I forget what it
Nah.
was. What did we want to announce?
I think it was something to do with
Our dinner orders?
bad
maybe,
movies.
maybe, yeah. All right, let's see what this is. I guess.
No, cut. As an established director, it's my job to protect the audience from bad actors. No one types like that.
What?
I think they have to give them baked-in subtitles.
Man. But as a business owner, I rely on one password to protect my company data from a bad actors who wants to steal it.
Oh my gosh. This is perfect.
One
He didn't go anywhere.
This is perfect.
software employees can use to securely log into apps. So even when they
He's
work
clearly
from
not
places
typing.
like this, your data is safe.
Your coffee, sir?
Oh, it's hot! Oh, it's actually not hot. That's acting, baby. Come on, guys, let's go.
He's maybe the best to ever do it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, he might be the best.
I can't wait to watch Big Shark.
I hear Big Shark. I hear it's exactly what you want it to be.
All right. Yeah, that was everything I hate about the room.
Excuse me. I think you meant to say love.
Well, like I watched it, I'm like, this clearly is bad. But I mean, that's what they're referencing that aspect of it. I love him like, it's hot. And it's like,
It's actually not. That's acting.
but I do love the little things like the spoon background. Like I get that. I might get that because of Rick, but I get that now. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's a tiger in the background. I don't know why.
Why not?
Because it's exciting.
I guess, yeah. Sure. Sure it is. But so he has another movie?
Big Shark.
Is that the last of his movies or does he have other movies too?
So he is in other movies, but that is his second, like his movie.
Directing role thing. Wait, he acts in other people's movies?
He has been in other movies. Yeah, we might do them someday. So
I love how you
He
didn't
doesn't
answer
wanna
the question
spoil.
I said. Does he act in
yes.
other people's movies? He's in them.
He's
All
playing a character.
All right.
Whether that character is just him or not.
Sure.
Dude, I got Creed stuck in my head.
Throw him high.
Higher. Let's go there. I love it.
All right. Well, it's 4:00. I suppose we can try to announce some stuff
Okay.
or get into that a little bit. maybe get into some questions.
Sure.
A little bit later after that.
All right.
Unless people have anything else we need to go over or anything. I did remember one thing that I wanted to say, that I was proud of Calvin.
You were proud of Calvin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he went and auditioned for Carrie.
A stage play?
Melanie has been working. She's like assistant director for Carrie the musical, which I've been trying to help with. And Calvin went and did a line read and stuff with that. And I was proud that he went and tried it. He said he was nervous, but I was glad that he did it.
I was so nervous that after I sat down, I had a massive back spasm and I couldn't breathe for 30 seconds.
But yeah, so they've casted all but one role right now. They're trying to find someone to play this one like teenager in high school. They need a guy for that. Melanie's been like, Aaron, do you want to do this?
I'd be perfect for that.
But if I do it, I need to shave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just ordered a whole new beard kit because I was like, I'm gonna try to.
Dude, my dad had a beard like this when he was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't.
Coulson was in your commercial, right? He could be a teenager.
Leon can maybe work, but also like this is Carrie the musical, and they're going like fairly mature with a lot of it and a lot of the themes that it hits and everything too. And
they're trying to follow more the tone of the book rather than the movies, and they're making it more adult.
Yeah.
In tone.
Yeah. And while Calvin doesn't have a role in the play, he's gonna help me with tech stuff, and we're gonna try to make it seem real cool. And spend some time like, how do you make, things that Carrie can do happen on stage?
Yeah.
I'm glad that your guys' building does not touch this one.
Guys, that's an old historic building. Be careful. There used to be a hotel right beside it in that parking lot?
Oh, yeah? What happened to that?
You know what happened to it?
Now it's a parking lot.
It burnt the fuck down.
If the answer's not Aaron and Calvin, then I feel like we're okay.
You know the worst part about that story, Eric, is literally across the street from where that hotel burned down is Marietta Fire Department.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So
they did not succeed.
I think when you look at that mural that's there on the side of that building, the hotel's there. They ain't there now.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
So, but yeah. Anyway, we're at least working on tech stuff with that, which I think will be fun. But
yeah,
I wanted to bring up. I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad that Calvin went and auditioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to get my foot more in the door and like get warmed up to the whole like theater atmosphere.
I think you working on tech and stuff with me and whatnot gets you around it more when you get to see and feel more comfortable with the idea.
In my experience, I think that's the more fun role because you get to like be part of everything, but you don't have to like have the pressure of hitting marks on stage and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and if something goes wrong with the tech, like no one sees you. They see the people on stage.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at that actor fucked up.
Yeah. if we miss a cue or an actor doesn't show up, it's the like, what are they doing? Why are they just standing there? They should be doing something,
Sure.
That's on us. So, but anyway, wanted to mention that before we get into the next thing. Rick, do you want to take this?
Yeah, let's do it during the ad.
Someone got 6 ads.
Perfect time.
I suppose we could give them a second.
Also, my monitor just flipped out, changed orientation on me.
If you do happen to live anywhere close to Marietta and want to see Carrie the musical, I will share it on Twitter, but it's going to be happening in, I think, May. It's like right around prom season is what they're going for.
Very nice.
So we're hoping it'll be a fun show. It's a different show than what they usually put on there. So this one's much more mature, and Melanie and the director have been like...
Wait, more mature than the zombie one?
Yeah, they're pushing the envelope. That one, they were going for like the old black and white kind of feeling of like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This one, they're not going for that, and they're going for like,
full color.
You had to be 18 or your parent had to sign off that you could be in it if you were under 18. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some things they're going to be touching on that are... different than what they usually do. All right. I believe the ads are over for hopefully most of the people that had ads.
I think so.
So let's get into... Guys, we have finished watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Which was a fun ride, and I enjoyed that a lot. But all good things must come to an end, and I think that was great for comedy and drama and characters and story, and
it was an incredible show that I did not expect to love football so much.
Yeah, soccer.
Yep.
yeah, football. I know what you mean. But yeah, after that being over though, we had a poll.
Is Ted Lasso done, or is it coming back?
That was the end of the series.
Yeah.
There's 3 seasons for it.
Fully wrapped up and over. Which I'm very sad about, but also such a great show.
I'm glad they got a chance to also like
end it on their terms.
Yeah. Try to wrap up everything they wanted to wrap up, and it felt pretty good.
All right. Well, whenever a poll show ends, the polls must continue, and people went over to blindwave.com and perhaps went beyond and voted on a series of 10 options.
Yes.
Those options vary largely from recommendations on the website.
Yes.
Which, we are making a lot more polls coming up soon. So
we're looking at those all the time.
Yep, we look at those all the time. So you need to, if you have not already, make an account at blindwave.com. It is absolutely free. And you can go to the upper right-hand side of that, of any page, and under sort of your profile, there's a recommendations button. You can go there and recommend up to 3 shows or movies. And we're pulling from that all the time. So definitely do that.
I believe some people may have a glitch where you can recommend more than 3 things, but you just need to do 3. After that, it doesn't count any points or anything.
True.
So if you see that happening, just still do your 3 recommendations. Don't try to do 20. The other 20 won't matter.
Yep.
Or the other 17.
Yep, but it is simple. Pretty much every single TV or movie that exists is in that database, that TV Time database. Props to them for allowing access to the API. But yeah, so make sure you get in and do that.
It's been fun to go through, see what's being recommended, and then try to craft our polls based on that information. But also, whenever we do crew picks and stuff like that, some of that is being pulled from recommendations as well, not just what do we want to do specifically. We like to try to see what you guys are wanting.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I don't have the stream up. I don't know what they can see.
They can see us right now.
Yeah, they can see us right now. But so as we do polls and polls in, before we actually announce what has won, we typically try to have a little fun with that.
We do. I have fun. Others suffer. It's kind of how it works. But we try to have a little hint hunt, which is the puzzle or series of puzzles that lead to the answer. And this one was pretty easy. I think it speaks for itself. I mean, you can see the winner right there.
Well, let's show the puzzle there. But the other thing too is that if you look at this and you're like, what the heck is that? Don't forget that we have a Discord, and there is a specific channel for the hint hunters where they use and chat and discuss and try to figure out what the heck this means.
It's where we keep them caged until it's time to use them.
And then they're summoned.
Yes. They got this one pretty quick. I think it was 2 hours, maybe?
Yeah.
From the time that this was dropped to the time it was solved. So it's 2 parts. The first is the riddle. What's the code's job? Placing 8 is the key. Make them all safe and in symmetry. And then there's an image below that, an 8x8 grid with pictures. So pretty quick. If we want to go to that first Discord post, someone mentioned, Gillygogs mentioned the 8 queens problem, which is a famous chess problem where you try to place 8 queens on a chessboard where none of them can take another queen.
Okay. And it's tricky because they can move in every direction as far as they want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, queen.
So there's over 100 solutions to that problem. But there are far fewer that are symmetrical. And I believe there's only one that's perfectly symmetrical.
Okay.
Which we can, I think, go to the next one. Yeah. So Black Mac got the 4 symmetrical ones there, which he's highlighted where the queens would be placed on that grid.
Okay. So they went through trying to find all the symmetrical locations to put a queen.
Yep. So they didn't know what the symbols meant yet, but they did get the idea of, okay, we need to use the symbols wherever the queens go, which was correct. And I think the next one, they get what the symbols are. Nope, it would be. There we go.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Yep. So Lackmack found it. So it is Mary Queen of Scots cipher.
Okay.
And so in the riddle, it says, what is the code's job? Mary Queen of Scots, her job was a queen. So you had to put queens on the board. But they got that before they figured out this part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is the cipher. And it just reveals gibberish on the 8x8 grid, unless you take the letters that are on each of those queen.
Those 8 queen locations?
Yep. And then you get Own the Owner says it is One Piece.
One Piece? That's an anime.
It is an anime. But it's also the winner of the Ted Lasso poll.
Ah, yes.
Live action.
The live action One Piece.
Live action One Piece.
Which also means that the next poll is happening extremely soon.
Yeah.
There will be a poll going up the day or the week that One Piece is up as
We've
well.
already built the next poll.
So,
But yeah.
And
Great.
that was the #1 show on the recommendations
#1
of the website.
Though
And
it wasn't necessary. Like, it was a pretty close margin in terms of the actual
the
winner.
voting process?
Yeah.
the poll
super
itself was super close between #1 and #2.
Mhm.
I had made another hint hunt for #2 because I thought that was going to win. And then One Piece came from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like a 1% difference
between the top two is 1%.
Which this is a good reminder. Now that One Piece has won, if you have it as a recommendation on the website, go ahead and change your recommendation.
Yeah.
Refresh
that's
those.
true.
You can put something else there now.
Yeah.
You don't need it there anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I'm glad that people will get what they want, but also that we will get just another poll very quickly because this is like 9 episodes long.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's just gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be done like in a month, which is crazy. So we've had to already start planning the next poll and what that's gonna be, and having that out to you guys really soon, so you guys can help us decide what comes next.
Yeah. I think we also have a little sneak peek.
Yes, there is a thumbnail, I believe, of the first. Is that what it is? I think it's of the first episode. But
I believe it's in teams.
But
We'll
over
grab
the
it from
next
there.
few months, make sure that you update recommendations as we go, because Community's wrapping up, Spy Family's wrapping up. There's a lot of them wrapping up.
And remember, every vote counts. Like, again, super close.
Yeah.
Was indeed.
All right.
There it is.
Is it there?
Yeah.
It
there
is.
it is.
It is.
Okay.
So
very
you can-
strange.
You can see that it is from the winning reaction panel of Lost and WAP.
Mm-hmm.
It is Rick and I, and I think it's some of the most fun Rick and I have had in a long time.
Since Game of Thrones season 8, but for different reasons.
Yeah, way different reasons.
No, I'm smiling in that thumbnail.
Yeah.
And that is a well-deserved smile.
Yeah, dude, guys.
If you can see past my glasses, I'm probably crying as well.
I don't know how many times like we would do that first thing in the morning, and then I'd go up to the guys, I'm like, guys, One Piece is so good.
But no, it's interesting because I've seen quite a bit of the original anime. Eric has seen very little of the original anime.
Yep.
So you get my perspective as someone who loves the anime, and you get Eric's perspective who's experiencing some of this story beats for the first time.
And I personally am really loving being able to experience all the things that I love about specifically older anime in a live action show, and that's so rare to get done in a satisfying way. But dude, super satisfying.
Yeah.
What was there one point in one of the episodes where they're like, "Oh yeah, also, this guy's like the greatest swordsman in the world," and I'm like, "Yeah." Did you not see the first shot? You don't have to tell me. You've already showed me.
Yep.
I've had such a great fun time with it. We're almost done.
We're almost done.
Yep.
Like we're already almost done.
And
we have to get ahead because you guys are gonna be able to, people that aren't Beyond members can watch 5 episodes on the first day, which is like more than half of it.
I believe that's Sunday. I think it's this Sunday, right?
I think it is this Sunday. I think you might be right.
I think on the 11th. This
we're
will
not
be
allowed
coming
to say
out.
that.
Well, we can say Sunday.
Oh no.
And then if you're curious on why we're not there, I believe all that's addressed in the beginning of the first episode.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So all that is taken care of. You can find out everything there, and then we have another thing that's coming up soon. Another poll coming up soon that will be replacing One Piece, and that should be out next week, I guess. I don't remember if it's Sunday or if we have it later in the week, but it's going to be coming out next week. So it's going to be a lot of polls over the next couple months.
And I hope second place wins this time, so I can use that hint hunt that I made.
That's funny. So did you have some? Didn't you almost have to change this one because of what won?
I did change it.
You did change it.
Yeah.
You had another one for another winner.
Yep. Yeah, because early it looked like this X show was going to win, and it turned out to be Y.
So, well, yeah, we'll just hold on to that. If it was that high, it'd probably win next time or the time after. We got 2 live action polls coming up real soon. Some anime polls coming up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things.
Yep.
All right. I believe also have questions. Unless you guys have anything else you need to say about One Piece or
even if you
polls
don't
or
like the
hint
show,
hunts.
give the reaction a try.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's there. I think people are really going to enjoy them.
I was curious on the show itself because I know Rick likes anime, and we watched Cowboy Bebop, and also I've heard things about Death Note, Full Metal, like some different anime adaptations into live action.
Was the shock of the studio was when Rick was like, it's real good, and everybody's like,
which is surprising because I loved Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, that's true. Alita.
And
I always forget Alita.
I love good things, and it doesn't matter if they're remakes of things I love or whatever.
I'm always going into something
good.
with the expectation that someone's going to put me through a story that I'm going to have a good time experiencing. But sometimes, like that Death Note live action, that wasn't it for me. The Cowboy Bebop thing, I liked it for reasons that had nothing to do with Cowboy Bebop. But One Piece, I'm only a couple years into watching it, but it feels like it nailed it.
All right. If we don't have anything else, I can take some questions. We also have some memes that have occurred that we need to look at. We also usually look at those whenever we get through when we go through the bits and the donations and that kind of stuff and get through question segments.
Let's get some questions going.
These are hint hunt memes, though. The only ones we have are hint hunt.
We have hint hunt specific memes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did we want to look at the hint hunt memes with the hint hunt stuff talking about right now?
Let's do it. I've already seen them, but
you've seen them. Okay. Let me look at these hint hunt memes before we get into the actual questions. If you want to submit a question, you can do it with channel points down at the bottom of the chat.
I'm always lurking.
I love how happy Rick is.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, Rookie, you submitted more.
It is symmetrical.
I love it.
You're right.
It is.
Give me 2 seconds. Rookie has some more to grab.
I really like that. I don't know what the initial image looks like, but that looks cool.
Yeah, I got a blue suit going on there.
Yeah.
I'd wear that.
I'm going to say it's shadows, but you could just be missing some of your face.
Could be.
Super.
These are technically not.
Oh, these are from the podcast.
This is from just now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
That's really cool.
Where'd those come from?
Damn.
All right.
That's the best thing about
Did
the
someone
show.
already have these made to like...
Dude, the best things about the show is that each episode has its own logo.
Oh, really?
And then I was going over with Rob about our thumbnail.
Yeah.
He was asking stuff, and I'm like, dude, put each logo in each reaction thumbnail. He's like, yes.
That's super cool.
We need our own logos for the reaction.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That's nice.
Pretty cool.
It's a
Jolly
very
Rogers.
Grim Fandango kind of
Yeah,
art style.
I get what you mean.
I like it.
Is that the last one then? Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
All right, going back.
Well, let's get into the question segments of things. If you guys have any questions about whatever, let us know, and we'll see what we can get through here. We actually have a little bit of time today to be able to talk about some questions. So,
Yes, sir.
Colton says, Rick, not sure if you've been watching pro wrestling recently, but if so, what are your thoughts on the Rock Roman Cody situation?
We were talking about that a lot today.
We were.
Yeah.
I'm real bummed about wrestling right now.
There's a lot of reasons to be bummed.
Yeah.
I feel like
With
Pretty
all
big
the like Vince McMahon allegations, like I feel like I don't want to talk about anything other than that because I
Yeah.
don't want the spotlight to go away from that because that's just too important.
that's why I asked earlier before podcast, like, do you think that like they do that to try to get the attention off?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you do, but yeah. For anybody that it gets triggered by like sexual assault stuff, some of those text messages and some of the details in there is pretty rough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend reading it.
Yeah, the lasso is out there to be read, and it's pretty horrific stuff. So,
But The Rock coming back, taking Cody's spot.
yeah.
People not happy. I honestly, the enjoyment I have gotten out of it, past all the other stuff, is for the first time I'm getting like hardcore wrestling fans on my TikTok that are like that commentate and stuff, and they are mad. But they also like, I don't know if they're getting into character or not, but it's really fun how
I mean, yeah,
mad they
like
are.
that's what you want if you're WWE,
I
right?
think
You
so.
want people passionate about the product.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they love it or they hate it. Like if they're passionate enough, they're gonna watch it.
Yep.
So, no, it'll be interesting to see what happens. WrestleMania is 2 days. Roman could have 2 matches or 3-way or who knows. But
Sure.
I want Cody to do well because he has just such a great story when it comes to like this part of his career.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that come to fruition, but I also understand The Rock wanting to do a solid for his family.
Sure.
Which, The Rock's like greater family is like between that and the Harts, I would say is like the families of wrestling. Well, when it comes to like the talent side of things, so who knows?
Okay. Alrighty. We'll go to the next one, which is from Ultra Sergeant. Who said, I think it's time for me to accept that you guys will never react to Krypton. So now, win my adventures with Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing I would say is update your recommendations.
Yep. Yeah, if that's high up there, it will be on an animation poll in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already a Superman thing that I absolutely love that I already get mad at that's not getting enough recognition. I don't want another one. Superman and Lois is great, but we're entering into our final season now.
Yeah, we are. There's also a lot of things coming up here between. This kind of goes, I guess, with Alex, who says, will you guys be watching Halo Season 2? We've had to talk about and discuss what shows are coming out soon and what we want to try to prioritize. And we have a lot of polls, so there's a lot of 5 drops that are going to be happening because the poll change is happening and new live shows coming out. So you may not see everything you're hoping for, but we're trying to prioritize things the best we can.
Yeah.
But if you guys update recommendations and stuff like that too, we look at those all the time. We do look at things like, the best we can, the responses on like things like social media or Discord or whatever too. But the recommendations are the best ones for us to see, like, here's like our general audience and what they're putting forward as things they want us to see. So
yeah, definitely. It's going to be the the most succinct way of seeing everyone's opinions on every show as quickly as possible. It's
versus trying to be like, well, how
many
many
information?
How many messages did we get on socials with this, or what did Discord say about that, or was there a Reddit page that talked about this show? Like, we can just see everything really easily there. So
yeah, and it's not limited to how many times you can change it. So if you make your recommendations and
you can update it
your
daily.
show wins, change it. You know, if you sleep the night and you're like, you know what, actually I want this show, change it again. Constantly keep them updated.
When I do postings on the weekends, one of the highlights of my day is when I'm working on the website and I'm adding thumbnail images to certain posts, I can see every image that's being uploaded to the website, and that includes all the recommendations people are putting. So I can see a lot of, like, I'm sure this will never win.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know this existed. And I'll be like, what's that? And I'll look it up. I have a lot of fun. So yeah, keep putting them on there because at least I see them.
Yeah.
Yep, I've still got 3 Neil Breens on mine.
Neil
It'll happen someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
Hanzo says, I have a dream of one day visiting every USA state and trying the most iconic dish that state has to offer. I keep seeing Skyline Chili for Ohio. Have any of you tried, and would you recommend it?
I mean, I would also go for a Buckeye in terms of dessert. I think that's pretty unique as well.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But not an actual Buckeye because they're poisonous.
Do not eat real Buckeyes.
No, yeah, they're very toxic.
Eat the fake ones that are full of sugar.
Fudge dipped in chocolate.
Peanut butter, I think.
But yeah,
peanut butter fudge.
You know, it's not necessarily my answer, but I think it is one of the most popular answers is Skyline Chili.
I think it's like what
specifically the spaghetti
Columbus is known for, right?
I don't think I've had it, and I've never been a big fan of, like, put some spaghetti and some chili on it.
Do you like spaghetti?
I like spaghetti.
You like chili?
I do.
And you like Skyline.
What do you mean? Do you like pickles?
Yeah.
Do you like sandwiches?
Yeah.
Put your pickles on your sandwiches.
No.
See? I don't know. That's just not a me thing, I guess,
Sure,
too.
I
You
get
know?
you.
I don't know.
I mean, that's the problem with trying to find the one thing in a sea of other things. It doesn't work. It's a very American ideal. Well, I saw there was a post someone sent me on Twitter, and it was who played Godfather, Rick?
Marlon Brando?
Marlon Brando, but it was like old Marlon Brando. It was drunk Marlon Brando, and they were asking him like, "So who do you think is the best actor of all time?" And he's like, "Oh, such an American question. There is no such thing." And someone like sent me like, "This is Eric trying to do the tier list every year."
Perfect.
Colton MG says, with DC's time on the CW network coming to an end this year, will Eric and Aaron do a podcast episode afterwards covering their overall thoughts of the CW DC era?
I mean,
things like Smallville, Arrowverse, Stargirl, Superman and Lois.
100%. So much. We've had so many years of enjoyment and friendship through that. Yeah, we're 100%.
Sure. We often try to look at doing a podcast when a show has actually ended, not just when a season's wrapped up.
Yeah.
There is some stuff too with, like, MCU has a lot of shows that end, but like the MCU kind of keeps going and is evolving with new stuff being introduced to it. With Superman and Lois being the last of, like, the CW Arrowverse kind of stuff, though it was and then isn't Arrowverse. Like, I would definitely have fun, like, talking about Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow and all that stuff.
There's so many eras of that, you know, and, like, I mean, you got to think, like, what they pulled off, even if you don't like the quality of the shows or, like, I don't like these soap opera, that type of thing. Like, what they pulled off in terms of, like, what a television channel can do is super significant. And they did that for, like, what, 5 years in a row? Those giant crossover events.
Kind of like wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, but wrestling, like, you need to hire guys that, like, can improv and create stories on the spot. Whereas here, it's like you got to pay for everyone to film, and that's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts. And, you know, the actors will tell you, like, that was the worst. But maybe looking back on it, they might find some enjoyment like we did.
Yeah, I think that would be fun to do. I'd like to do that. Maybe there's some things that we haven't talked about that we could, you know, or looking back on it too. Though, it's a lot to go over and look at. There's a lot of episodes of a lot of stuff there too, so
dude,
it'd be fun
nuts.
to.
They succeeded where the DC movies failed.
Sure.
opinion, you
Sure.
know?
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some fumbles and stuff that occur along the way, but they
Oh,
did
yeah,
they did
a
a
lot.
much better job. And I feel like if they would have had the support within the movies, maybe there would have been a different process that could
Hey,
have
man,
happened. But
sometimes it's fun to watch like plays that have fumbles in them. You know, when you watch football, those sometimes are the best times to watch.
oh, I thought you meant like
I thought you meant
on-
stage
like
plays.
theater plays.
Oh,
like
no,
the,
no.
the play where
I mean,
everything goes
like
wrong,
in
or whatever.
in a football game, guys.
The Goes
Sports.
Wrong show.
You
Do
know,
you mean the musical theater?
the big game.
The big game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Superdora says officially the shortest hint hunt. Longest took over 4 days, unless we count the one that was on Twitch, which I remember that there was like certain stuff and you could only do things or solve
Yeah,
it
while we were
while
live.
a live stream was occurring.
Yep.
Or the one we lost.
Yep.
Which I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember the one they lost. But yeah.
Yeah, only an hour.
Well, we'll see how the next ones go in the future, and maybe they'll be harder or easier. Who knows?
I needed to warm up. I didn't want to pull anything.
Sure. You also don't want to scare everyone away when they've been on hiatus for a bit,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Like,
Sure.
oh God, I forgot my brain's broken still.
Or you make them train harder to make them remember. It's like, man, we used to be better at solving puzzles than this.
Yeah.
I need to train.
They've just enticed Rick to do like a real hard one now.
Yeah.
You've made a mistake.
Saw someone in Twitch chat ask where the Attack on Titan retrospective from last week is right now. It's currently blocked. This is one of the reasons that we don't put reactions of anime on YouTube because copyright sucks, but it should be back up within the next 5 days.
Is it on blindwave.com?
It's not currently on blindwave.com, but we should put it on blindwave.com. We should.
Damn.
That's why we have it.
Yeah.
You're right. But there'll be a community post whenever you can watch that. I had a lot of fun with that last week, especially the OP tier list. But yeah, we got a lot of copyright things. But one of them's like, oh no, I don't want you to show a single thing, you know. So I gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Or I should say, it's being fixed. I just gotta wait now.
I will
We try
say
so hard to stay within the rules, and they just hammer us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say it is still presently on Twitch, and you can watch it there. And I
Good.
don't think there's any issues with it at all.
Good job, Twitch.
Sweet.
Twitch just gave up. They're like, I don't know.
Show boobs,
Have
don't show
sex.
boobs. I don't give a shit.
Whatever.
So if
No
you
nips, no toes.
if you missed it and really want to see it, you can watch it here on Twitch.
What if your nips are toes?
How
What
did
if your toes are nips?
wait? I'm gonna move
Next
on.
question.
Robo Rex says, "Hey Eric, I have a question. As a Smallville and Man of Steel fan, are you looking forward to James Gunn's movie? I saw him on a podcast and he seemed really passionate about the project."
Yeah, 100%. I want to have this iteration of DC benefit from me knowing almost nothing. Like, we'll watch like a first couple trailers or something, but I don't want to know almost anything about these ones and really give it what it's due. Like, I that's how I watched Smallville the first time. I didn't really know much about Superman. I watched Smallville, and that's why I enjoyed it, and I'm still talking about it 20 years later, you know? Man of Steel, I very much enjoyed that, but this one, I think, don't shy away from making a Superman movie that, you know, I feel like everybody wants to, like, I need to fix Superman. I got to make him more relevant or something. I don't think you have to. I think that there's a reason that he's such a timeless character. And with this being Superman Legacy, I think they're going to go that way. I think James Gunn understands that.
Yeah, Legacy's an interesting tag to have on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's, you know, passing a torch or looking back at his past or something.
The only thing I would say that I have any apprehension at all is his theme. You have 2 bangers. Can you possibly have 3 bangers for a Superman theme? I don't know.
Or
Hasn't
maybe you
been
have
done
a
yet.
medley.
Huh?
Maybe you have a medley.
Sure.
Maybe it's
Elite
silent whenever he's on screen. You go the other way.
That would be great.
Let's just use all of them.
Only
at the
when
same
he's
time.
in space,
No.
though.
You got to make up a new one. It's got to be good.
You don't. Just bum, 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 bum.
That's a crutch.
Bum, bum. It's crutch.
It's a crutch.
What do you mean it's a crutch?
It's a crutch.
If you're not the original guy who wrote it and you use it, then you're wrong.
I don't think that's how it
That's
should
what
work.
Eric's saying. And he hates ranking things.
I just like to I mean, I want a new awesome theme. Like, I already have that one. Give me a new one.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, Eric. This may be a spoiler.
Yeah.
You're gonna be real mad at the James Bond franchise.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? They change those guys and bring new one, but they keep that same theme for a long time.
Yeah, but is it?
But the intro songs are different.
And isn't it meant to be the same continuity of man, kind of in a way, or not? I mean, I know that.
Don't
that's
ask
not the
those
point.
questions.
Sure, I get you. Hey, kid, it's not that kind of movie.
If you're asking those questions, you're not having a good time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that there's you can go either way with it.
Yeah.
But when they bring those out and they hit that nostalgia button and stuff, or if they were still doing just like this is the same Superman, like you'd be like, that's okay, use it then. But changing it. So, how do you feel about Batman the Animated Series? Isn't that a crutch?
Bum, bum, bum,
yeah.
So that we should be upset at that. Then,
no,
right?
no, not necessarily. I mean, the intro is, but the actual music in the show isn't.
Yeah, but they're setting you up from the beginning there with like, listen to this,
Sure.
and it's like, remember the movie that this was
Hey,
actually
okay.
in?
If they use the John Williams theme and are able to give me a visual delight like that intro, sure. It's still a crutch, but crutches are good. Your body heals when you use a crutch. Just don't use a crutch too much,
now
because then
he's-
your body can't heal properly.
Now he's saying the crutch is a good thing.
Yeah,
he's
there's no
using it
good
as
or
a
bad.
negative.
Before you were
There's
marking
only
people, we're using
preference.
crutches.
There's no good or bad. Again, fucking drunk Godfather.
No,
There's
I heard
only
you.
preferences, and I would prefer like a new inspiring song for Superman, so that new composers can come and leave their mark on such an idyllic, lasting character, and not just look back on it, but make it relevant and new for whatever they're going to be doing today. That's why I love about the Hope theme from Man
Sure.
of Steel. I mean, that's probably 60% of the reason I love that movie so much is that theme. And you don't get that if you just go back and do the tried and true John Williams
No,
that had to do 90% of the work to make you believe a man can fly.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to utilize those, but also like creating new themes is like part of that. Or like Rogue One is great, where it's taking the theme that it had before, but it's altering it to give it a different feel, right?
Absolutely.
Where it's like we don't quite get to that climactic end of this motif
because these characters don't.
because they're not there. That's not what this is about.
Yep.
And I like doing that too, but you don't have that without taking that original and using that too. So like if you could take the John Williams theme for Superman and like alter it to hit what you're wanting to, the feelings you're wanting, I think that's a really good thing to do
And
too.
you got to remember too, like my specific objection to it being used primarily in the Joss Whedon version of the Justice League was that Superman had his own theme already. You know, like if this new version is introduced with a familiar theme, that's not as bad as your version that already has a theme skipping over it and going to another one.
Sure.
Which, like, I think I could throw that at the feet of most DC movies. Like the Flash movie, I absolutely hated. Like the way they utilized, hey, remember this? Like I hated that.
Sure.
Whereas I usually love that. But there's good and bad ways of doing
So
it.
like the Brandon Ruth Superman, so you're like, it's okay to use that there. It's
wholly appropriate to use.
It's meant to be the same guy.
Because the Brandon Ruth Superman is the Christopher
it's meant
Reeve
to be
Superman.
the continuation, right?
Mhm.
So like if this is meant to like kind of play off of the legacy of that, then
Exactly.
using it then is okay. But I think use it and also like still create new themes regardless, because like just having those new themes or things like, Star Wars. If Star Wars only used that one song from the first movie and that's all they ever had, like, I feel like you need some more stuff, But creating those new themes for like here's a Force theme, or here's a Leia theme, or here's a Rey theme, or here's like I love that kind of stuff.
I know not everybody's as into like soundtrack themes as I am, but I absolutely love that you can evoke a feeling in an audience and not even you're not showing it, you're not saying the person's name, you can just hear it, and it's almost as if it's like replacing a smell or a sense that you can't really understand. You can even give away secrets just by having 3 notes in something, and you're like, wait, what does that remind me of? And then you go, oh, and then like you'll come back in with this reprise of music, and it hits you in a way that's not just reading the story on a page or something like that. It's magic for me. I love that type of thing.
I also like the opposite, where I mute the movie and I'm like, what is this camera movement telling
Sure,
me?
yeah,
What is
no,
this
I
framing
love that
telling
too.
me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just keep going back to Star Wars and thinking about like, bomb, bomb, bomb. Like it's different, but it's like that's familiar. Wait, what? Oh, that's this. Yeah, it's just so cool. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Eric, do you recognize John Murphy?
John Murphy?
John Murphy, composer.
I don't. Maybe if I heard his songs.
Okay.
But no,
I was just wondering. Chat said that John Murphy is confirmed to be the composer of
Oh, okay. I'll have to
the
check out
new
what he's done.
Superman Legacy.
Sweet.
I'll mention this one, but it's not like one of these questions here. But Sobs says, "Can we get Masters of the Air on the next poll? Your Band of Brothers reaction is how I found the channel. I feel like we got to do the Pacific first.
Yeah, but I hear people are really loving Masters of the Air.
That's good.
But I would like to watch it. I like to watch both of those.
Yeah, I would also like to watch both of them.
Maybe not one right after the other.
Band of Brothers was heavy.
Probably not right after the other, no.
But I would like to watch both of those.
Need a little bit of a break.
Isaac Capricorn says, "What are your thoughts on the live-action Avatar series after all the production news or recent production news?"
I personally just
I don't
want to look at production news.
I haven't been following any of the recent production
Yeah.
news, so I don't know anything about it. We watched the trailer for it recently, and
Trailer
I thought
looked real
it
good.
looked pretty good, and I'm excited to watch it. It's we're just waiting for the release of it now.
I think production news stuff can be fun, especially in a more analytical, like, let's look at the state of, the industry. Like, I think there's a lot of value there, but in my opinion, personally, it really takes away my enjoyment of something when I know too much about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I've, like, stopped looking at that, the more I enjoy things. And I don't know, I feel like that's the answer to a lot of people being like, how do you still like this thing? It's like, I don't know. I just don't think the culture war's broken me yet because I don't look at it yet.
Sure. I watched a movie. It was it was a movie that is like silly and ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I watched it and when I was done, like, man, this is the best movie ever made. But it was like, I had fun. And sometimes I think movies should just be able to be a fun venue and not like have to be looked at as like, what is the art? Like when you're looking at the sculpt in the museum and you're like, what was the artist saying with this statue? Sometimes it's like, I just want to have a fun time, kind of turn off my brain and relax. And I love having elements where I can do that. Yeah. But also I love being like, oh my gosh, they've done something new I've never seen. This is so cool.
Sure.
And I love
Personally,
there's
really
value in both.
I like to get into a lot of that stuff like after I've seen something.
Sure.
Sometimes that can be fun. But
Yeah.
I just don't want it to color my my opinion of the first time I'm sitting down and just letting something happen. I don't have any expectation. I have no idea what's going to happen next, and that's such a satisfying way to watch something.
Sure.
Where there are times, sometimes even like the trailers we do watch. There's often times I'm watching something and being like, well, I'm not worried at all because I remember that one shot in the trailer and that hasn't happened yet, so he's okay.
Yep. I have that happen all the time.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad did that to me, where I'm like, well, we haven't hit this point yet.
Yeah.
So I know we got to get to that.
The Avatar, it's coming out at the worst time for me now because now I have One Piece live action to compare it against. That's a high bar.
Yeah.
Yes, but Rick, you have this Avatar to compare to the Avatar movie.
I liked that movie.
No, didn't.
Okay, hang on. Why do you like it?
Just look at a picture of Uncle Iroh.
What are your reasons for liking it?
So, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. So it wasn't bad enough to be like bad movie for me.
Yeah.
Like it was okay.
The production value was quite high.
Production value was high. Like
yeah, but that makes it worse.
I mean, of all the movies I have seen, and you cannot understand the movies I have seen, like that's not in the bottom 1,000.
Yeah.
I
believe
there
him.
When the ancient magic was spun.
Like it's a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Like,
is that where Cowboy Bebop goes?
I would put 5, 6 out of 10.
Okay. I was thinking about comparing it with that kind of thing and seeing where you were with that, because I know that's kind of. I know you weren't a fan of the Cowboy Bebop live action.
I was a fan of bits of it, and boy was I a fan of bits of it.
Yep.
Those bits were
I'll
incredible.
grant this. The Avatar Shyamalan movie is 10 times better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I like Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, your enjoyment of it isn't necessarily proportional to
I feel like
its quality, though.
Sure,
I feel like if you go at it from any angle, it's 10 times better.
The thing I'm not the thing with Dragon Ball Evolution that I'm not comparing is the story from like Dragon Ball.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not comparing like Piccolo and what he did cuz I haven't really seen that kind of story
You're not
stuff,
doing
you know?
it, and you can't do it.
Yeah, not really.
There is no connection.
Next question I have is from Mr. Awesome. I don't know how you, BL. I don't know. Awesome Bull. I don't know how you say that part. Will you guys ever be reacting to season 3 of The Witcher?
I'm not really excited to.
That's to you guys.
I think we would do Promised Neverland season 2 first. So there's your answer.
Would we do Titan season 3 first?
Who's we?
I think.
Well,
yes.
I'm not in The Witcher, so like that's.
I think the answer to that question is yes. We would do Titans before we would do Witcher.
Really?
I think so.
But isn't season 3 like the last one with Henry?
Yeah, but
like you don't want to see
from
like
what I understand, it's.
I don't want to see a man suffer.
I love when I can see that an actor is actually enjoying what they're doing, and I know he's not.
Yeah.
See, again, I would rather not know that shit. Maybe I would enjoy season 3, but I know it. I know I won't.
Yeah,
Sure.
like the well was poison for me. Unfortunately,
I want to see it just to like round off the rest of like that franchise as much as I can. Like I haven't played the games yet, so I don't have that like
you
adjusting. I will. I own them. I just haven't played them.
I'll only say this about Henry, though, because it's made me excited. I saw this headline earlier. Henry Cavill says heading up the Warhammer 40,000 cinematic universe is, quote, the greatest privilege of my professional career.
I'm super
and
excited.
He's played Superman.
Dude, there's these videos of like him doing like interviews, and then like the interviewer will be like, so what faction do you play in Warhammer? And those two like are friends immediately.
I really hope that takes off and like Warhammer and stuff becomes a little more mainstream, kind of like D&D has.
And the thing that makes me upset is that I knew he was that way for The Witcher, and I knew that his voice wasn't heard. But
Yeah.
in this, he has a little more control.
Yeah, no, I think this will go better for him. But yeah, it sucks because like he was that for The Witcher, and I'm sure he was that at least in part for Superman.
Yeah,
and that didn't
so.
turn out super well for him either. So I hope this one does.
Me too.
With all of my being, I hope that it is what he wants it to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's that trailer that we watched not too long ago with him in it? And
With
Reacher?
Henry?
Yeah.
It was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but it was the Ministry,
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Warfare, yeah.
That actually looked sweet. Like, I'm excited for that movie.
Oh yeah, me too.
Fun.
It looked like it had a style to it, right?
It looked like he was having a lot of fun in that one too.
Yeah. I'll say Colton's here real quick too. I believe he was referring to the Avatar movie.
Okay.
It's definitely overhated. It's not awful, but it's
not
certainly a letdown from the source material.
It definitely is a letdown.
Unless he's talking about Dragon Ball Evolution, which that could be possible
that's
too.
awful.
He didn't specify in there, but
Like, I like, I mean, they call him Ong, and I have to say it. I like Ong's arrow tattoo in that movie. Like, I love the design of this, like, almost like henna look that's, when you take it all at face value, there's an arrow, but when you're looking at it closely, you're just seeing all these small designs. But when it lights up, it becomes an arrow. That's just really cool.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of really cool things like that.
It's like when you do like wind tunnel testing on with the smoke and stuff to see how aerodynamic something is, and the little ripples and vortexes and stuff in the smoke. It's like that, but inside of his arrow, and I really like that.
Like, you guys won't understand
Motif.
this, but whoever is doing the One Piece live action on Netflix loves One Piece.
Yep. It's impossible he doesn't.
They love it. And everything that, like, Hollywood would look at One Piece and be like, well, you got to fix this. I know, you know, they're like, fuck you.
Yep.
One Piece knows what One Piece is.
see, I think that's what you need sometimes. You need someone who, like, if you're wanting to, like, change the source material over, you either need someone who is willing to honor it if they're going to change it, or like they really love it and they really just want to tell this in a new medium.
Yeah, like
I'm not convinced M. Night Shyamalan understood or loved Avatar.
I don't
watcher.
think he was the director to do that.
It can be great both ways. Like you can have very faithful, and that be great, but you can also have it be The Shining, and like The Shining is nowhere close to what the book is.
Sure,
but it's great on its own.
Yeah, sure. Which someone there said that producers pushed him to change a lot of stuff because he loved the series too, but I don't know. I hope that what we get of Avatar coming forward is going to be better than that.
It deserves to be great.
Yeah.
There's definitely some actors in it that I'm really excited for.
Hey, as long as it's good enough where people that have never seen it are like, this is interesting, because they're probably only going to get a third of the story at most, right? And they might push them to, okay, maybe I'll give this cartoon a chance, and then they're going to be watching one of the greatest series ever made.
Sure.
It's going to get more recognition, which is always a good thing.
Same with One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Last question, and then we'll go into bits and donations and all that. But we have Lazy Cat who says, question for Rick. How do you feel about the Silent Hill 2 remake?
The more I see, the less excited I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw like a combat thing, and it seems like they're going more like a Resident Evil 2 remake style combat. Like, man, I don't know if these people get it.
I don't know what that's like. I forget what I played exactly. It was like the HD version. My first time playing it on Scream Stream.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a good game, and the story was really good. But I haven't seen anything about what the new stuff looks like at all. I've kind of stayed away from it a bit.
Yeah, like that's a game, like I understand it's older and it's harder to play maybe for people nowadays, but there's nothing in that game that needs change for me. Like I just would go back and play it. But that doesn't mean it can't be interesting in its own right. So maybe some of the changes they make, like, is more Final Fantasy remake style stuff, where it's like this is kind of the same game, but really it's not, and it's its own thing. So if they go that route, maybe it'll be okay. But if they are trying to replicate what was great about that first one, from what I've seen, I am hesitant to think that they will be able to do that.
Okay. That is it for questions. So we'll go into bits and donations. Let me see if I don't have them opened up yet.
My monitors are freaking out, so I can't do it.
My monitors were freaking out a little bit too.
I lost chat again. Come back, chat.
There we go.
There you are.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow as well with Suicide Squad, which we started last week, and I'm excited to play more of that. We went through some really cool stuff in that.
Oh, yeah. That was a
There was
blast.
some stuff I really enjoyed, and I really want to see more. So, we have Becky Setch who says, wow, 2 years. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
2 years.
A new tier 1 from Only One Twitching. Thank you so much for your first time.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the madness.
Looks like 15 months from the 4th Kira. Thank you so much, Kira.
Thank you.
13 months with Sweet Melissa. Thank you, Sweet Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
21 months from I Am All About Ash.
Pokemon fan, huh?
Or Evil Dead.
Yeah, could be.
O Death G, thank you so much for the 25 months.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Canester22 with 37 months. Let's go. Still hope Yu Yu Hakusho wins a poll. As a working actor, love to hear you all getting into local theater. No, it's
I would
been
flip my
fun.
desk if Jake wouldn't get upset. But yes, Yu Hakusho needs to win a poll.
He wouldn't be the only one.
Make sure to
Do it.
update your recommendations. Don't
No,
do it.
do
Don't
not.
Do it. Your stuff's already
Don't
breaking.
encourage him, Jake.
I'm also becoming impatient.
It's all right.
I got outvoted.
Gustavo Bruno with 48 months. Thank you so much, Gustavo.
Thank you, Gustavo.
Michelle Bell for 26 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle Bell.
Dip with a tier 3 sub. I am so happy you guys are watching One Piece live action. All that I need now is another Indian movie reaction. By the way, have you guys talked about how they are remaking the One Piece anime? Oh, are they? That's cool.
Huh.
Interesting.
I don't think I heard about that.
You're an actor?
Huh? Marlan 80 with 49 months. Thank you so much.
Aaron went to the Tommy Wiseau School of Acting.
I was impressed, is what I meant.
Huh?
The coffee's not hot.
Why are you doing Tommy Wiseau with a little bit of Arnold?
There's a great Hulk Hogan line where he's talking about whether or not water is hot. We need to watch that someday.
All right. And that is all of the bits, subs, everything.
I remember what I was going to say. Yes, about Indian movies. If you do have some to recommend, put them in the recommendations on the website, because that is something that we talk about sometimes, but we have very little knowledge of that side of the film industry. So that's one we definitely need recommendations on.
We definitely don't get as much advertising for those over here.
And they should shoot, what is it? The catalog of things you can type in there is pretty big.
It's
so there's
so
probably
extensive.
A lot of options in there that you could do.
They've got to be in there.
Rick, I can show them recommendations on the website if you want to do that really quick.
Yeah, if you want to. Although it will be changing relatively soon.
Yeah.
I'll leave it then.
Yeah, there's more functionality always being added to the website, and our recommendations is going to be expanded a little bit in its functionality. So, but for now, you just go to blindwave.com/recommendations once you are signed in your account, and boom, you're there.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah. Huvian just cheered. Hello, guys. Greetings from Finland. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Huvian.
And greetings to Finland. But yeah, there's the recommendations. You can see the 3 over there. Jake has there.
Can't see what he has. Is it Neil Breen?
No, I see him. I see Primal, Blue Eye Samurai, and I don't know, something in Japanese it looks like.
So disappointed.
Oh, it's some
it's
fucking
one of those math movies.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Sounds like
boring as shit.
Yeah, you can use the search box. You can type in there pretty much whatever you want. Things should pop up that you can then select. Just everything's all into one right now. So there's a lot of options you should be able to find. Just type it in and make sure it's the one you want.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think that's everything for now. We'll be back, like I said, tomorrow with Suicide Squad, and then Rick is beating Final Fantasy Saturday.
I am 80% sure that I'm going to beat Final Fantasy 16 this Saturday, starting at noon Eastern Time.
So a lot of good stuff. Eric back with Jedi Survivor on Monday.
Yep.
So hope to see you guys tomorrow with Suicide Squad, and I think that's it. Anything else, guys?
All good.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hope you enjoy One Piece.